does not look like I will be live streaming anymore. Unfortunately. Instead, it looks like I'm gonna have to go and record ahead of time and then edit my videos. Sorry if I sound weird talking right now. And my videos are only gonna be, I believe, about 40 to 30 minutes long now. So the different parts that I'm gonna be doing, there might be continuations. I have to set a timer and then stop recording before that. But hopefully this works out. Hopefully the quality will actually be better with my videos. But as far as live streaming goes, it sucks that I'm not going to be able to live stream anymore. I don't want to waste any more time since, like I said, I am at a time limit. So I will be starting the new main quest scenario. We have to go find Lise. She's all the way over here. I looked ahead of time. Did I miss her? Oh no, she's all the way up here. Okay. Hopefully my mic's on. Yeah, it's on. Alright. Alright, so it looks like Lise is here. Hopefully there isn't too much reading, so... Oh, well, okay, so we get a new emoji, and there's a cute little screenshot there with Arnvold and Alfinel. It's Arnvold's adventure. It says, Lise seems troubled. Hopefully there's voice acting, I don't want to have to read too much today.
Come to see how we're getting on?
Yeah, you can say something like that.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne.
Yeah, but Alamigans
no
don't have anybody, yeah. I mean, you guys can always be a democracy.
Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
True, he didn't really do his best.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
Alright.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together.
That's the other thing.
Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of
Rabban
meetings
is
in
from
the near
Alamigo
future.
initially, but he went to Eorzea. Yeah, I'm wondering if he's gonna return to Eorzea, or if he's gonna stay in Alamigo.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Leave talking to Alfino, Lise, I'm sorry.
The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
But she seems in a really good mood, though. Like, she's in a really good mood. Arnvold.
There you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Look how concerned she is.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure? After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not?
Yeah, I'd be out for it.
After routing
like,
the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
I love his accent.
So,
his voice actor is really good too.
Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Yes! Yes! Twist my arm, why don't you? Or it's what we do, I suppose. Ooh! adventurers, so I guess that's what we do. Onward with Alphino! My favorite character. Alright. Speak with Argold. Right then. Let's go and find Master Levayer. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Ether Eye, and we'll be along shortly. See you there. See ya! Alright, so we have to go to the Ether Eye. Because why not? If I have to, I might cut out traveling for some videos. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of them that are a lot of main quest scenarios with the new patch. I could be wrong, but I've been trying to stay off of social media so I don't get any spoilers, but I already know that Lakshmi returns, unfortunately. Such a pretty game though, like, the graphics have gotten so much better. Ah, my little prince! Greetings, Kadu. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Arnwald on some manner of escapade? Well, why did I say it like that? Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occasion, back when Alamigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat at the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts, that he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Roger's Reach being burned to the ground. In the later years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. Ah, I believe I see the direction of adventure it is, I can't read. I believe I see the direction our adventurers take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have been in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Blah. Reading. Well, of course we won't be the first to make an attempt. Following Alamigan liberation, there were a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dusk till dawn, or from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remained simply that, a legend. Look at his face, he's so happy. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into the decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. god, such boys. You have learned the emoji box. Oh my god, these boys. Huh? Oh. If anyone can find that treasure, it's us. But even if we don't, the adventure will be a reward enough, I reckon. Oh, look at his little concerned face. Okay. So we have to talk to Alpha No. The darkness below. You can almost see the wheels turning in Alpha No's head. And then we've got Chirashi Zushi, Dirk Jamal, Miso Dengaku. Sorry if I'm butchering these. Okay. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the Empire. Okay. Let's take a second. I hear the Imperial province of Dalamasca has already risen up in rebellion, which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Arnvald. Have you any clue as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing around the palace isn't like to get us anywhere. So, we'll probably need to, ask around. Would that be any way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked at the palace as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, we'll be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Although they can tell you that the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Arnvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, while scouting makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. Ha! And they're always thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. Sure. So I have to go to the Alamigan quarter, it looks like. Alamigan quarter. Alright, so speak with residents of the Alamigan quarter. Wasn't there one right here? Oh, okay. Well, controller. In the palace? No, not me, lass. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up at the Divine Audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Okay, well you helped none. Mature maid. You want to hear stories you want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Aye. Well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see His Royal Majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he'd ordered. And after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow, and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. Okay. So if we go through here, maybe we'll get to the last one. To speed things up. Woo! Whoa! Okay, so he's not down here, he's gonna be up here somewhere. So, up the stairs. Wait, where do we go for this? Didn't we just go this way? I'm so confused and lost. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I was going the right way before. Gosh dang it. I know when that happens. He's gonna be over there. Somewhere. Ha! Found you. Retired Roganin. I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric, and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which, of course, we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell-bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Arnold? Arnold? Yeah. He was the king's head scribe. Is this, I'm wondering if this is the, is it him? No, it's not. I'm wondering when we'll be able to go to the Royal Menagerie. I would love to take some screenshots, sir. Looks like we got 20 more minutes on the timer. Yes, I am Arnold. What do you want with me? Well, I'm hoping you can tell us about Theodoric. You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet, if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen. Those were terrible enough, but in his last days, the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. So we have to report to Arnvald, which it looks like he's already here. Just to speed things up. Arnvald, where are you? Better have Alfie with you. He needs to help me figure this shit out. Over here? Ah, over here. See what Alphino has to say. Ah, excellent timing as ever. We have but this moment returned from our own intelligence gathering efforts. Okay, so let's talk to Arnvald. Please be let there be voice acting. Nope, okay. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mentions of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. Sorry. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact that the tropes discovery, if I can read, hoping to enrich himself. But I find that rather unlikely. What so valuable a find would stay secret for long? I conclude that our prize neither does not exist, or that the Imperial somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Kadia? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Sorry. Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alagiri. He spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said not of the accursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning her... One second. Wow, okay. Let me restart that. Could this Could this scribe fellow have been spinning her yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Kadu? His fears seem general, or he may be lying. His fears seem genuine, I guess. If he was afraid, then that does let oh my god, okay, 1 second. Wow, oh my god, okay. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale. Though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Arnold's antecedent may... or anecdote, sorry. Why did I say antecedent? I don't know. Arnold's... oh gosh, okay, 1 second. Arnold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden. But ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arnvald, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding his treasure? Oh. It wasn't all pretense, I swear. But you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot of my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you would see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. Oh! War paint serves to cover the scar. Oh, you poor boy! I'm starting to like you even more though, Arnvald. In the end, she turned me out into the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral kid who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, and I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the Scions. Minfilia! Yeah, I remember seeing him at the, Waking Sands. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Yeah, we're both really happy to hear that. Thank you, Arnvald. I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, Kadu, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arnvald's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Totally. Screw the gold, I don't care about it. Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's trove. If you are minded to hear it. Coughing like a mad person. Oh my god. Oh god, I love these boys. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Arnvald again. I want to see what he has to say. Well, how was it? What is this theory of yours? What was that? Alright, well, while I'm playing, I'm going to go ahead and change my search info because I have some friends who like to go and message me while I am playing. I don't know if there's a lot of my free company in. 4, okay. Well, so let's go ahead and continue with the story. So, let's go ahead and talk to Alphino. The Mad King's Trove. Alphino seems eager to share his theory. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourned to a more suitable location. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Gosh, my coughing. Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but 'tis certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the south edge of Loch Seld. So where's this Loch Seld? Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to leave. Alright, so if we're going to the drowned city of Scala, I think it is. Like, how is Alphino gonna follow us? I mean, he can't swim. Is my my thing. Like, I'm just worried about that since it's water and Alphino can't swim, and I really don't feel like. Ah! My coughing is terrible. Oh my god. Alphino, stay out of the water. Come now, Alphino. Don't leave us in suspense. Let's hear this theory of yours. Okay. Voice acting, please. Please. No. Forgive me. 'Twas not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wished to have the lock in sight while I explained things. Prior to the great flood of the 6th umbral calamity, the salt lake you see before you were yet dry ravines, and this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th astral era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been in all that destroyed by war. Yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of the Loch Seld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of the desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to help Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Okay. Wait, you're saying they're meant to guard the Mad King's Trove? Precisely. And since we know the cart Thermituge was involved, we can safely assume that the entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods knows how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they do not. Gosh dang, this freaking talking. Wow. Okay. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Kadu, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arnvald and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Oh, I see what you did there. Because I have the cogent skip, so I can breathe in the water with no trouble whatsoever. I got you, boy. Now, if we can get Alpha Noah to get that Cogent's blessing, like, come on. I mean, he won't have to drown or anything like that. Now, I explored this place before, whenever I had first started swimming, and I saw this place. So yeah, I was wondering if it was gonna play into the storyline sometime. I just want to check this out real quick. It's probably a dead end right here. Does it keep going? It keeps going. Or not. No. Just a sealed door. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and check out this destination here. Hopefully my voice is gonna get better. Surveying the area. You discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on and find out where it goes. Okay, so we do have to go this way. I was right. Something like this reminds me of Tomb Raider for some reason. Okay, so yeah, stun door, part of the story, okay. Interacting. Is it gonna open? You come to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It would appear that you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Well, my link pearl still works underneath here? What? Kadu, it's Alpha Noah. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you got to report? I'm underwater. I don't know how I can talk. Oh, okay. You believe it leads to the ruins? Excellent. Then I propose we proceed from our respective entry points and look to meet somewhere in the middle. Well, come on, you two. We might as well make it a race. Victor goes to the first adventure to find the treasure. Godspeed. Okay, so this is where we open our dungeon.